Welcome to the All Ambient podcast, where we dig into the creative process, hear untold stories, and explore the brilliant minds behind some of the finest ambient music out there. I'm your host, Mike Graff. I'm excited to be in this together with you. Let's get going. Again, welcome everyone to the All Ambient podcast. My name is Mike Graff. I make music as dear gravity. It's really great to have you. And here we go. Strap in. We are going on a ride this week. We're going on a ride this month, in fact. We're going to try out something a little new. But for those of you who have not had a chance to listen to last week's roundtable episode where we discussed the four-way collab that happened between Kirk, Marshall, Ben, and myself, we're actually going to spend the next 4 weeks with each of the four of us looking at each song that we started in its early form, so the form that we sent it as to the rest of the group, and then looking at what happened after everybody else in the group took some time and added their own little bits and pieces and the things that inspired them, and maybe even deleted some stuff that somebody else put into place or added some stuff, turned some stuff upside down. Nothing's off limits when it comes to collabing and to art and all that. But it really was a unique process. To recap, what we did is we actually put parameters around the project where we were going to spend roughly 60 minutes per song per day, and we were doing them 4 days in a row consecutively, each handing off their song to the next person, but we actually varied who received it the next day so that we weren't ever handing it to the same person or we weren't ever receiving a song from the same person, which was a really cool thing. But at the end of the day, we arrived with 4 really great songs that not only within the course of 4 calendar days came into existence, but also was really only touched on for about 4 hours per song if you put all 4 60-minute sessions together Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday when we did this. So with all that to say, I think there's a lot to learn. It's fun to hear where each artist started things and then how it grew from there and what ways the other guys in the roundtable interacted with the songs. And yeah, there's a lot of really interesting bits to pick up along the way. Plus certainly some great little music production tips and little bits of theory, little bits of song structure and all those things. There's just a lot of gold in here. Kirk Smith of We Dream of Eden is the pioneer of the four of us, and we're going to dig into his episode first and foremost. So Kirk is going to listen through the song that he sent to the rest of us, and then he's also going to do a listen through of the song that came back to him finished at the end of the 4 days. So kind of a fun swing there. And to wet your whistle even more, certainly listening to the audio of this is great, but we also are going to take our first steps into video with this episode. And for those of you watching the video right now, thank you so much for joining us. This is one of our first steps into the video land. But we're really glad to do so, and you'll actually be seeing a whole lot more video from us in the near future. We're dialing things in, and we can't wait to show them to you. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let's dig into the first of 4 episodes of breaking down the songs from our 4-way roundtable collab EP that we put together not too long ago. Make sure you come back in the following weeks to check out Marshall, Ben, and my reaction captures as well. You're not going to want to miss those, and you get to hear bits and pieces of this EP as it came together. And I will say we're still dialing in how this is going to be released out into the world, but the moment that we have somewhere to point you to listen to this stuff, we will absolutely do so. So make sure you come back to listen to all 4 of these episodes. But without further ado, let's dig into Kirk's reaction to his song starter for the All Ambient Roundtable 4-way collab.
All right, so here we are. This is Kirk Smith, aka We Dream of Eden, and I am breaking down my song starter for this all ambient roundtable collaboration extravaganza. And I'm just going to listen to the original starter that I made and then talk through it a little bit, and then I'm going to listen to the final mix and explore some of the stems once everybody did their additions and Mike did the final mix. So this will be fun. I'm glad to revisit this and talk through it. So here we go. Let's dive in. I remember this pad, this guy here, started with some type of reverb instrument that I brought back into sampler and then automated a filter and volume. It's my basis. And then these frozen strings, which I love, the texture on the edge of silence, and the dark pad to kind of fill it up. That gives me my chord progression and my movement. I got the sub underneath, and that's kind of the main part of everything. And then I add this high string on top. And then it moves to the 6 chord. We're in the key of A, I believe. So this is kind of like the B section. And kind of double that, build a little tension, and then we're going to drop into a 1, and we're just going to stay on that 1, and then these frozen strings are going to move, and the top notes, so these are added up crunchy chords with the pad and the strings. We're going to go back to this B section, but we've added this highness on top. And here's where we change things up. This is a B over F sharp, I believe. Oh no, this is the E minor G. That's the G. E minor over G to the A. So this is cool. I like this. It's just like, the form is A, B, kind of A, B, and then this weird little tag with the C. And it's a little bit darker, it's a little bit mysterious, but it's just fun. And I believe it is a E minor over G chord. And then B over F sharp. E minor over G again. And then ending on that 4. Oh, it's in the key of E, right. And then I sneak in the 1 at the very end. So it's in E major, and that's why this kind of E minor over G thing is so mysterious, because it doesn't really belong in the key. And so that's it. That's kind of my sketch. Got the pad, got the chord changes, sub underneath, and these frozen strings for a little bit of high-end information. And so let's see what the guys did. it looks like, just from looking at the mix, it looks like they really built up the second half of the track, which I'm glad they did that, because that's kind of what I was thinking, is that it would just grow as it went. So I'm going to mute these guys, and then I'm going to unmute the stems, because my stems should be in here, although they might be named something else. But let me listen. Maybe not. All right, so I'm going to add my stems back in. Love the sounds, the arps, the noise. Well, there's the strings. I'm just going to listen to this original, these stems. Love the arps. Gentle arp moving around. So it looks like they held off. Oh, there it is. There's my pad. So it is all in here. Deep drone. I like that. Yes, like the noise. Space drone. High-endy space drone, yes. String chords. Those are my strings, yeah. There's that high string. All right, so this is all new. Ooh, I like that. A dang massive aperture stack. What is this high-endy thing? There it is. Let me listen to this. Gold synth melody. Yes. Beautiful. Speed pick. Yes, speed pick pad. So that's like probably tremolo picking with lots of reverb. Olifer, gotta love it. Mid pad. All right, let's see what happens when it goes to this spicy chord. Good. Yeah, it's like sometimes when you do things like this and you are in E major and then you like just go to E minor, it's like all these things have reverb and everything's got these long tails and it can just become a giant mess. But thankfully these guys caught it and did their automation appropriately to make it all feel good. There it is. I'm coming up to the last chord. Yes. Like the swell of the low end. And so we didn't resolve. Sometimes I sneak in the one just in case And sometimes it's the right call to not resolve it. And so we stayed on that 4 chord. And then there's that kind of that space drone, maybe that's what it was, holding at the end. No. Who was it? It's definitely space vibe to it. Maybe that guy. No, that thing. What is that? Is that the stack? It is the stack. Okay, this thing is cool. Aperture of the stack. It's got these weird overtones. I need to find out. Very cinematic. I need to find out. Is that the aperture that Spitfire made? Because I think they did like a reissue or like a limited thing, so I might not be able to get it. Womp womp. Love what they did with the synth chords. And I really love, like the Juno, that high, this thing, this gold synth. I felt like that really emotional sound. I wonder if that's guitar. I love it. I love what they did with it. I love where they took it. They really elevated the emotion of just the structure of it and added all the things that were necessary and none of the things that were unnecessary. So I love it. You guys did a great job. Thank you so much. And I hope you've enjoyed this little walkthrough of this piece. Can't wait for you to listen to all the other music. So, all right. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the All Ambient Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast so you can catch every conversation we have with all these incredible people who share the same passion. I'm looking forward to the next time, and I hope you are too. Can't wait to see you then, and until then, have an incredible day. Here's hoping this music and the heart behind it makes your day and life that much better. We'll see you next time.